And it's now like spun to this whole thing where like Caitlin's better than Angel and blah, blah, blah. I just said we would not be talking about Caitlin Clark the way that we do if it wasn't for that moment with Angel Reese.
Joy Taylor just said what everyone's been debating, that Angel Reese is the reason Caitlin Clark became famous. That one moment in the NCAA championship, that finger point, that viral taunt, according to Joy, launched Clark into the spotlight. But here's the twist. Caitlin Clark didn't lash out. She didn't defend herself with ego. Instead, she responded with pure class, and in doing so, she shut down all the noise. Now fans are split. Was Joy Taylor right? Did Angel Reese make Caitlin Clark a star? Or was Clark already built for greatness?
I'll take that, because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too. And I want y'all to realize.
And that's exactly what sets Caitlin Clark apart. While headlines swirl and social media stirs the pot, she stays locked in. Not on the drama, but on the game. Her restraint isn't weakness. It's power. In a league that's learning how to balance showmanship with sportsmanship, Clark is writing a new kind of script, one where respect and rivalry can coexist. She doesn't have to shout to be heard. Every no-look pass, every deep three, every clutch moment speaks volumes, and in that silence, there's dominance. But the tension? Oh, it's alive and louder than ever. You could feel it from tip-off in their first game of the 2025 WNBA season. Things got physical fast. Caitlin Clark, known more for her shooting range than her physicality, sent a message early with a hard foul that sent shockwaves through the arena. Angel Reese's reaction wasn't subtle. Then came the rematch. Reese sidelined with injury, Clark sitting on the bench. But don't think she was silent. Cameras caught her celebrating loudly every time the sky fumbled, especially when Reese's absence was felt. It wasn't trash talk. It wasn't showboating. It was something more calculated. Subtle, competitive, maybe even personal. But the real heat traces back to last season. During one fierce possession, Reese, trying to make a statement, swatted at Clark's shot, but instead hit her square in the head. The officials reviewed it and upgraded the contact to a flagrant 1. That decision? It lit a fire in Reese. Post-game, she didn't hold back. She called it a basketball play, then went further questioning the refs, questioning consistency, and hinting that some players without naming names seemed to benefit from a special whistle. And let's not pretend she wasn't talking about Caitlin Clark. The subtext was loud. Clark gets calls others don't. That she's protected. That the league treats her differently, maybe even unfairly. And when Reese said, "Y'all are gonna play that clip 20 times before Monday," and she wasn't just venting, she was calling out the media machine that she believes favors Clark at every turn. But this is about more than just two players. This is about what they represent. Angel Reese is the embodiment of raw edge. She speaks her mind, wears her heart on her sleeve, and doesn't apologize for being herself. She represents a generation that refuses to shrink in the spotlight. Caitlin Clark, on the other hand, is the picture of composure. Laser-focused, methodical, and commanding respect without ever raising her voice. Together, they've broken through the noise and forced the world to pay attention to women's basketball in a way it never has before. TV networks are shifting schedules. Jerseys are flying off shelves. Social media clips are hitting millions within hours. These two aren't just athletes. They're brands, movements, icons in the making. And whether you root for the fire or the finesse, one thing is clear. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese aren't just changing the game. They are the game, and everyone else is just trying to keep up. And in that theater, every glance, every foul, every handshake, or lack of one becomes part of something bigger. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are no longer just rookies in the WNBA. They've become walking symbols, not just of talent, but of tension, contrast, identity, and change. Every time they step on the court, it feels like more than a game. It feels like a moment in history, a cultural checkpoint, They've turned routine matchups into blockbuster events. They've filled arenas that used to sit half empty. They've made broadcasters fight for TV rights. And they've done it not by pretending to be anyone else, but by leaning fully into who they are. Clark is the calculated sharpshooter with a quiet fire, someone who speaks through her game and carries herself with intense focus. Reese is the bold enforcer, fearless and vocal, someone who thrives in the spotlight and isn't afraid to stir the pot. Their styles couldn't be more different, and that's exactly what makes their story magnetic. This isn't good versus evil. It isn't hero versus villain. It's something richer. It's real. It's what happens when two women from different paths, with different voices, refuse to shrink and instead rise. They're forcing the league to evolve. They're making brands rethink who they sponsor. They're inspiring young girls and boys to tune in, to pick a side, to fall in love with the game. They've made headlines without needing scripted drama or staged controversy. And the truth is, the WNBA has never had this kind of consistent cultural relevance. Not like this. Not this loud. Not this passionate. And it's because of them. This rivalry, whether born out of fierce competitiveness, mutual respect, or raw emotion, is doing something rare in sports. It's changing how people view the game. It's proving that women's basketball isn't just worth watching. It's worth investing in. It's worth debating. It's worth celebrating. So whether you stand with Clark, support Reese, or simply admire them both, one thing is certain. We're witnessing something historic, something powerful, something that doesn't come around often. This isn't just about who scores the most points. This is about who leaves the biggest mark. This is how legends are made. This is how history is written. So yes, Joy Taylor sparked a firestorm with her bold opinion. She didn't just offer a take. She threw gasoline on a rivalry that was already burning hot. By suggesting that Angel Reese is the reason Caitlin Clark became a superstar, she reignited a national conversation, not just about two players, but about legacy, respect, and who gets credit in women's sports. It was a statement that divided fans, stirred headlines, and lit up social media. And yet, through all the noise, through all the takes and reactions, Caitlin Clark didn't flinch. She didn't retaliate. She didn't even raise her voice. Instead, she did what she always does, stayed focused, stayed grounded, and let her game do the talking. In a media world obsessed with clapbacks and controversy, Clark's silence hit harder than any viral quote could. She didn't need to defend herself because her resume already speaks volumes. Every record broken, every sold-out arena, every rookie highlight reel that leaves jaws on the floor, that's her response. Calm, controlled, and undeniably dominant. And maybe that's what makes this rivalry so powerful. Because it's not just about words or emotion. It's about contrast. It's about how two very different forces can collide and create something unforgettable. Now the question isn't whether this rivalry exists. It's whether the WNBA will rise to the occasion. Can the league embrace this once-in-a-generation storyline? Can it market it, protect it, and celebrate it without watering it down? Because what's happening right now is rare. We're watching a cultural shift, a rivalry that is filling seats, setting records, creating debate, and pulling new fans into the sport. This isn't just about basketball anymore. It's about identity, power, representation, and the evolution of women's sports on a global stage. This moment, this rivalry between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, is bigger than any one foul, any one play, or any post-game comment. It's becoming the pulse of the league, the storyline that keeps people coming back. And if handled right, it could be the foundation of a new era in the WNBA, one where greatness isn't quiet. It's complicated, emotional, unapologetic, and thrilling to watch. So now it's your turn. What do you think? Was Angel Reese the spark that propelled Caitlin Clark into the national spotlight? Or was Clark already walking the path to greatness, long before that viral ring-pointing moment lit up every screen in America? This rivalry has given us more than just drama. It's given us emotion, storylines, and unforgettable moments. So tell us what side you're on. Are you Team Clark, Team Reese, or just here for the greatness on both sides? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and be part of the conversation that's shaping the future of women's basketball. If you believe this rivalry is elevating the league, if you believe we're watching something historic unfold in real time, Smash that like button and let the algorithm know that women's sports deserve this spotlight. And if you're hungry for more stories that go deeper than just stats and scores, hit that subscribe button and stay locked in. Because what we're witnessing isn't just basketball, it's a cultural moment. It's the rewriting of history right before our eyes.